आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सॉल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello everyone, let's start the question. The question says that the correct order of the packing efficiency in different type of unit cell is. Now here we have a 4 option and we have to choose the correct one. Now let's first see what this packing efficiency means. So it is the fraction of crystals actually occupied by the atoms, and it must always be less than 100% because it is impossible to pack sphere. Atoms are usually spherical without having some empty space between them. So now let's start calculate the value of each one, that is FCC, BCC and simple cubic one by one. For identify the value of packing efficiency of simple cubic unit cell. So in first case here we have simple cubic unit cell. So in this case the age of the length of the unit cell is A. So here we have the age length, that is equals to A, and the radius of the sphere is R. Radius of the sphere is equals to R. So from this, since the sphere are touching each other, so here from this here we can say that this A will become 2R. Now there are the 8 sphere at the corners of the cube, and each sphere at the corner is shared by 8 unit cells, and the contribution per unit cell is 1 upon 8. So the number of sphere per unit cell will become 8 into 1 upon 8, that is equals to 1. Now next here we have the volume of sphere. Volume of sphere is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now substituting the value of r here, so this r will become a by 2. Now here substituting this value, here we get 4 by 3 pi a cube upon 2, a by 2 whole cube. Let's take like this. Now here, as we know that the volume of cube is equals to a cube. Now here we get the fraction of volume occupied, so this will become 4 by 3 pi a by 2 whole cube divided by a cube. Now solving this equation, here we get the value, that is 0.524. So volume occupied in the simple cubic arrangement will become 52.4%. Similarly, in case of closed packing, so in case of closed cube packing, here first of all here we have the age length of the unit cell, that will equals to A. So here we have age length equals to A. So for this also the radius of the sphere will become R. Here the radius of sphere is R. Now next here we have, it is clear that the sphere has 8 corners and the 6 spheres at the faces. So from this here we get the number of spheres in close packing will become 8 into 1 upon 8, plus, as we know that the contribution of atoms at the spheres at faces is equals to 1 by 2, and here 6 atoms are present at their face. So from this the number of sphere in unit cell will become 4 here. Now substituting the value, here we get, first of all here we have to identify the value of root face diagonal. So in this case, now let's see the diagram for this first of all, so that you can understand very well for this. So this is the cube here. and here we have atoms at their face center, and these are the present at the corners. So let's consider this like this here. So here you can see that this is the diagonal of this. Now let's take a triangle here, A, B and C here. Now from this, first of all, here we have to identify the value of this AC. As we know that this AB is equals to A and this BC is also A. Now by calculating this by Pythagoras theorem, here we get AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. So from this, here we get A square plus A square, that is equals to 2A square. So from this, here we get the value for AC, that is equals to under root of 2 into A. So this is nothing but this is a phase diagonal. Phase diagonal. Now after this, now here as evident from the figure, here we get the value for that is AC. Here this AC equals to 4R. So from this, let compare these values. So here we get 4R is equals to under root of 2 into A. So from this we get the value of R, that is equals to under root of 2A upon 4. Now as we know that the volume of sphere is equals to 4 by 3 pi R cube. Now substituting the value of R in this formula, here we get, now in this case here one thing is also that the total volume of 4 spheres, because here we have to identify the volume of 4 spheres. So for this formula will become 4 into 4 by 3 pi R cube. Now substituting the value in the formula, from this here we get 4 into 4 by 3 pi under root of 2A upon 4 whole cube. Now calculating this further, now taking the fraction of volume occupied for to identify the value of packing efficiency. Now for this, the fraction of volume occupied. Now from this, here we get 4 into 4 by 3 pi under root of 2A divided by 4 whole cube divided by A cube, because here also the volume will become A cube. Now from this we get the value that is 0.7406, that is equals to 74.06%. Now from this, here we can say that the value for FCC, or we can say that FCC or CCP is equals to 74.06%. Now here we have to identify next the value of BCC. BCC, that is body centered cubic. In this case, the edge length is also A here. Here we have the edge length, that is equals to A, and the radius of sphere is R. So in this case also the 8 spheres are present at the corners and 1 in the body of the unit cell. So from this the value of Z will become 8 into 1 by 8 plus 1, that is equals to 2. Now here, so let's see the diagram for BCC also here. So in this case, this is the structure of BCC, where we have to identify the value of volume, first of all body diagonal. So in case of body diagonal, let's draw the structure here. Suppose this is A, here we have B, and here we have C, and that is D here. So this is like this. Now in this case, here first of all we have to identify the value of AC. So as we know that this are the edge length and the value of this is A. So from this, now by doing the Pythagoras theorem, here we get the value of AC, that is equals to 2 AC square is equals to 2A whole square, 2A square. Now from this, Similarly in right angle triangle ACD. Now this is the another right angle is formed, that is ACD. Now here also by doing the same process by Pythagoras theorem, here we get the value for AD, that is equals to under root of 3 into A, because in this case here we have the value for AC is 2A square for AC square, and for CD is A here. Now from this, by doing the Pythagoras theorem, we get the value for AD, that is equals to under root of 3 into A. No, so from this, as the evident from the figure, we can say that the value for AD, so for value of AD is equals to 4R. Now from comparing, now here we can write it as, but as evident from figure, evident from figure, the value of AD is equals to 4R. Now substituting the value here, we get 4R is equals to under root of 3A. So from this we get the value of R, that is equals to root 3 by 4A. Now here next, here we have to identify the value for volume of sphere. So volume of sphere will become equals to 4 by 3 pi R cube. Here we have R, that is root 3 by 4A. So this will become 4 by 3 under the root of 3 by 4A whole cube. Now here we have to identify the total volume of two spheres. So from this, the total volume of two spheres will become 2 into 4 by 3 pi under root of 3 by 4 A whole cube. Now here we have the fraction of volume occupied. Now here we get, that is 2 into 4 by 3 pi under root of 3 by 4 A whole cube divided by A cube, because in this case also the volume of unit cell is equals to A cube. Now solving this whole equation, we get the value, that is 0.6805. So from this it is equals to 68%. Now here we have the value for BCC is equals to 68%. Now let's see our options here. So here in our option, here we have the value for FCC is equals to 74%. Then here we have BCC. For BCC it is 68%, and for simple cubic it is 52.4%. Now from this, here we can say that our correct option is FCC is greater than BCC, then BCC is greater than simple cubic. Now here let's see our options here. So this FCC is greater than BCC, then is greater than simple cubic. This our option B is the correct answer. थैंक यू।
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।